Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hey, Johnny, what's up?
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
At no point were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
No, I'm surrounded by assholes.
I award you no point.
Wow.
And may God have mercy on your soul.
Hiya, and welcome to the Pool Boy Podcast. I am Henry O'Shea, joined as always by the big man himself, Jack O'Shea.
Boo-yah, chugga-sha.
We got another two-part pod for you this week. First half, normal shtick, what have you. And then second half, we'll bring on our paisans, Jack and Eliza Matt McGinnis, talk Game of Thrones Episode 2.
We definitely also talked about this on the podcast before, but we need to start referring to people as our paisans.
Yeah.
You know what it was? We watched, what's the Billy Crystal movie with Robert De Niro? Analyze This. And Billy Crystal's father-in-law says, you and your paisans.
Yeah.
And I think we watched that, and then on
I'd
the
like to be
podcast-
referred to as someone else's paisan.
Yeah.
And I'd like to refer to other people as my paisans.
Yeah.
Something I would enjoy greatly. And then, for the second half of the pod, too, we won't be doing video. So on YouTube, it'll just, switch to the audio.
It'll be too dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very pumped for Thrones. Very excited.
I'm
have not
nervous.
watched it as of now. But let's hop into the pod. Winners and losers. Winner. I'll start with my winner of the week, Luke Skywalker.
You're a big winner.
Okay, go on. How so?
The chosen one. He is the winner because...
He died in the movie. Looks like it's going to suck.
So I got one thing real quick. Mark Hamill, who's the actually plays Luke Jedi. You know what his signature online is? How he signs his name?
Joker? 'Cause
No.
I know your voice, the Joker.
It's Mar, M-A-R, and then a picture of a camel. How incredible is that?
Would you stop it?
I just saw that. It was like, get the fuck out of here. Mar Camel.
That
Mark
guy-
Hamill.
That guy belongs. He's on Twitter, I assume.
Oh, no, he's all over Twitter.
Yeah.
That's why this is the whole story, is that he's like, if there's anything we've learned from these just absolutely terrible, horrendous, awful, embarrassing Star Wars Ep 7, 8, 9 movies.
Excruciatingly bad.
The worst movies ever. If there's anything we've gained from them, it's that we found out Mark Hamill's like the funniest, nicest guy ever.
He's just chillest dude of all time.
He's really not Luke Skywalker. He's just like the coolest, chillest guy. Like, I don't know, super like laid back, but he interacts with fans a lot.
He's kind of, you know what it is? He's kind of like Han, and Harrison Ford is kind of like Luke.
Yeah.
Where Harrison Ford's kind of like
Interesting.
a little bit more angsty.
Yeah. I always picture Harrison Ford as being somewhere between Indiana Jones and Han Solo.
I think I picture him more Indiana Jones.
And Air Force One.
In my head, he is literally just
He's
an
Indy.
archaeologist.
Yeah, it's all about history for him.
Yeah.
But Mark Hamill interacts with his fans on Twitter a ton, and he's always super funny about it because he will say what's Disney gonna do? Fire me? Like he's fucking Luke Skywalker. You know, he's playing with house money. But someone tweeted at him this week, did Luke Skywalker die a virgin? And Mark Hamill tweeted back, make up your own backstory. It's undetermined, but in the one I made for him myself, the answer is no. So way to go, Luke Skywalker. You just got laid in the canon, at least.
That's the funniest.
Isn't that great?
That's like the funniest answer of all time.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
Because if he's not answering, who else can give you a better answer?
well, it just tells you that, as he's getting into character, he's building out sort of like a character story arc that you wouldn't typically see.
Well, it's a character that he wants to be. It's no longer George Lucas's Luke Skywalker that he is playing. Once George Lucas left, it became like Mark Hamill's like, I am Luke Skywalker.
He's building out a backstory.
He's making the Jedi way more like himself and less like the chosen one that,
and as
defeated the Empire.
In his backstory, in Luke's backstory, according to Mark Hamill, he's just getting a ton of alien pussy.
Yeah, at least some
he's-
alien pussy is being had by the chosen one, Luke Skywalker, the Last Jedi.
Did he never have a love interest ever?
So apparently, in the comics and stuff, it was really confusing.
Tell me it was an alien.
No, it was a maybe from an alien planet, but it was a human named Jade, and that they have a kid in the comic series named Ben Skywalker. And then I was like, well, you blew that because in the new ones, Han's kid is Ben.
Here's another question.
What's up with the name Ben? Why are we naming everyone Ben?
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
But at a certain point, there's enough Bens.
Yeah, there's like 20 Bens.
You know what I mean?
Well, it's like how everybody, now that I'm getting to Game of Thrones, is named Brandon.
Really? Oh, yeah.
And the Builder, Brendan.
Yeah.
Bran,
Bran.
everybody.
Yeah.
Pick a new name, dude.
It's confusing.
That being said, You're named Henry. I'm named John. Our entire family is just like
pretty old-fashioned
pretty much
standard
the
names.
the 7 names
Vanilla.
you get in the first 2 pages of the Bible.
Everyone knows how to spell them.
Happy Easter.
Yeah, I like that.
know?
Easy to spell. I never have to tell people. Actually, I do have to tell people how to spell my name sometimes.
How on earth could you spell
People think it's Henrey.
That's insane.
Yeah, I know.
Those are people who've never
People are
read
dumb.
ever.
People are dumb.
Clearly don't know about Henry Jones.
No, but
otherwise known as Indiana.
But Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker, way to go.
Yeah.
I like it. I dig.
I love it. I this guy just seems like the greatest guy ever.
It makes me want to ask him questions on Twitter. I have a feeling he'll answer them.
Yeah, just say, I don't want, you don't need to give me too many details.
Yeah.
Give me a number. And he's going to be like 750.
I think you go to different genres of questions too.
Yeah.
Just like,
What are his moves?
what was his favorite dessert? What was he,
I'm talking
was he an al dente guy? How did he like his pasta?
I'm still talking just straight erotic stuff.
You're going to the sexual route.
Would you bring the lightsaber into, have you ever brought the lightsaber into the bedroom?
I think in some way.
Yeah.
In some way you probably.
Well, it's sort of like
It's
like,
there.
It's like space bondage to some degree.
Yeah,
you don't
it's
use
there.
it,
Then what's it for?
but you can heat things up with it. And
Who's your winner?
my winner is blood.
You're a big winner.
Blood.
You want to know why?
Why?
Still thicker than water, baby.
There we go.
So, Jussie Smollett's brother.
Okay, back to Jussie Smollett.
When you thought it was over, it's not. Jussie Smollett's brother recently wrote a
Jesse Smollett.
Jesse Smollett.
No, it's Jesse. But I'm saying,
Oh.
is his brother's name Jesse?
I think it's JoJo Smollett.
Really?
Yeah, JoJo Smollett. Yep, JoJo Smollett. Recently, it says pens an op-ed, so an opinion piece on the BET channel. I actually can't open that because it's going to play a video and you're going to hear it.
Please tell me I assume it's on his brother's side, right? I would love if it was the opposite.
No. I'm kidding. It's very much on his brother's side. The title of the opinion piece is, what if Jussie's telling the truth?
What if?
And it's basically, I read the whole thing, and basically the entire, it's like a long, like a 5-page article almost. 5-page article that ends every paragraph with, but what if Jussie's telling the truth? At no point does his brother say, I believe him, or Jussie's telling the truth.
Mm-hmm. You know what this reminds me of? There's a lot of true crime documentaries now, and every now and then you follow a true crime documentary where they're basically, the whole time you're like, no, you did it, but you've created this. I mean, it's not, it's possible that you didn't. Like there is a
shadow of a
chain
doubt.
of events, a shadow of doubt, a story that can be told, and things that can be pointed to.
Well, Nike originally, they were originally defense attorneys. Impossible is nothing.
Oh,
They use that.
They use that
to be like, hey,
to drive them.
do we know?
Yeah.
Well, looks like it. But do we know?
But at a certain point, it's like there's a difference between what have you, making a murderer, where the whole time you're like, God, this guy really seems like he didn't do it, and the jinx, where even though there's all these things that explain what happened, you're like, dude, why aren't you being more insistent that you didn't do it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I never get that with crime stuff where like someone's accused of something and they're not constantly saying I didn't do it.
Can I actually read to you a little bit of it? And so just for 1 second, take off your headphones for 1 second because if a video plays on my computer, it's going to be really loud in the headphones. Yep, there you go.
Yeah.
Jesus, come on, GarageBand. So loud. My ears are awful. Okay. Just because I want to give you a few of his reasonings. So I was shocked at how easily everyone accepted the ridiculous motive about Jussie's career that was promulgated. Jussie had actually begun directing episodes of Empire, which brought in additional money. He worked out a deal with Fox to own 100% of his music masters, released an album which led to a sold-out world tour, and he donated every cent of ticket sales to charity. I don't think there was a sold-out world tour.
So I don't buy any of that.
I don't think he ever.
But by the way, I'm not going to look it up.
I'm not going to look it up.
I'm not going to look it up. So
good call on JoJo.
Yeah.
Knowing that we're this lazy.
Calling our bluff.
Basically predicting that we are this lazy.
Yeah. What the hell?
He even signed the group June's Diary to his label. Now we all love June's Diary, so this
of course, who doesn't?
So this is a big win for Jussie. To get this means money. Okay, it's like signing
Cha-ching.
Mike Trout. You're gonna have a Hall of Famer.
Cha-ching.
Guaranteed. You sign him. My brother was developing 2 films with one of the biggest producers in Hollywood. Now he doesn't mention the producer.
Well, why would you mention them by name when you can throw out one of the biggest?
Yeah. So you immediately your mind goes to George Lucas.
Of course, he's producing a movie with George Lucas.
He's signing June's Diary. Had the lead to a Broadway show on the table. So he had that offer in front of him.
I was ready.
He never agreed to it, but he could have done it if he wanted to. Owns the option rights to the authorized autobiography of his idol, Alvin Ailey.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's everybody's
Double A.
idol. Yeah.
Double A.
That's what we call him. All pointing to not only an advancing career, but a business-savvy mind. To suggest that he staged his own attack to boost a sagging career is ludicrous. It is.
Like the rapper.
Now that we think about it,
It's crazy.
what if Jussie didn't do it?
By the way, that
What if he's telling the truth?
That just convinced me he did. You're telling me he's this mastermind guy. He's got all these things different going on. He's a multitasker.
Mm-hmm.
You got
doesn't
plenty of
need-
time to orchestrate a fake crime.
He doesn't need this.
You played yourself, JoJo.
While very few people are courageous enough to swim upstream and resist the popular conformity of the day, I still can't believe how many people fail to ask the question, what if Jussie is telling the truth?
I'm still waiting for dude, if you didn't do it, keep on going on camera being like, I didn't fucking do it.
Yeah.
And let's figure out who did it, and I didn't do it. But that's not the case, so I just don't buy it.
One of the paragraphs starts with, we live in a country, I just love that.
We live in a country
That promises liberty, justice, and the pursuit of happiness. Thank you for quoting Thomas Jefferson. Anyway, this goes down in my list. I need to make a list of just my favorite sayings. So far we have, you persecuted Jesus, look what happened. That's Bill Cosby's attorney. Another Bill Cosby attorney line is he's in prison and he's loving it. I'm blanking on the third, but now I think it's now what if Jussie's telling the truth? Just I love an argument where
hey, don't rule it out.
Don't rule that out.
Okay.
Blowing your mind.
All right.
Yeah.
Rule it out.
Anyway, so blood is thicker than water. Blood's the winner.
Blood, you win again. Losers. My loser of the week, sleeveless tees.
You are one pathetic loser.
That's impossible.
I know. But the Disney streaming service, they're going to have a Hawkeye show. So,
Whoa.
Hawkeye miniseries, Jeremy Renner, who, as you know, rocks nothing but sleeveless tees.
And so that's a loser?
Will sleeveless tees lose?
Why?
Because Hawkeye's going to be wearing so many of you.
Okay. So you're in this world, you're considering sleeveless tees like an animal that's going to be shot and killed.
Exactly.
So if you're a
sleeveless tee, bad news for you.
I think you could argue that means sleeveless tees are a winner.
Got a lot for you. Well, it's not today. So Hawkeye's going to have a new show on that streaming service with Jeremy Renner.
We all can't wait for it.
And I'm actually really excited for all these shows. You got a him show, you got a Hawkeye show where it's him and his protege. He's like teaching someone.
What's their name?
They're really starting to I think they're going to have a
Davis.
whole young Avengers series where because it's Kate Bishop, she's a woman.
Oh,
But,
sweet.
That's his assistant or whatever protege, and then he's got
I bet it's Robin Hood.
definitely Robin Hood vibes.
Like Red Hood.
But then there's a Loki series and a one with Vision and the Scarlet Witch, and Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Are you serious? There's a Vision and Scarlet Witch one?
So those are the 4 miniseries.
I will say, besides the obvious, Thor's my favorite. Then probably there's Thor, and then I'm trying to think. There's one other one. Oh, and Spider-Man are my 2 favorite Marvel guys by far. Hawkeye's the funniest.
Oh yeah,
Besides the 2 of them,
he's
they're very
essential.
funny.
No, he's essential.
He has because he has a ton of he has the line in Age of Ultron, aka the best one, where he says,
I'm tired of the whole mind control thing. I tried it, not for me.
not for me, but no,
I like
but
that
no-
one.
Oh, that is a good one. But he does. He just says, what does he say? We're on a floating mountain fighting space robots, and I got a bow and arrow. None of this makes sense.
Yeah.
And Jeremy Renner's just got fantastic.
Yeah, but that's why I
delivery.
love him, Scarlet, and not Scarlet Witch. It's so confusing, Scarlet Witch, Scarlett Johansson. I love Scarlett Johansson's character, Black Widow, whatever, because it's like, okay, got these superheroes. We also got some kind of realistic people.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more vulnerable. So I'm digging all these shows because it's like, Hawkeye, I can see you, maybe there's an ep where it's just a pretty standard bank robbery,
Yeah,
and you got to stop it.
with a bow and arrow.
I'm down to watch that.
Yeah.
Right? Who's not down to watch that?
I would love. Yeah, I hope they do that where it's just like, hey, crime doesn't stop when they defeat the big
exactly.
bad guys.
And it might not be an end of the world situation. Maybe the end of a town, end of a street, end of a block.
They should build kind of a Law and Order type thing.
Dun, 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 dun. And it's a Hawkeye. Yeah. It's the era.
But instead of there being detectives, there's just like super spies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd buy it.
Damn it, Manetti.
Also,
and
speaking
Arrow.
of Marvel, the Russo bros who made the movies. I don't know if you saw, but there were a bunch of leaks. I guess the movie got leaked.
No.
Which is so funny because I get Game of Thrones leaks wanting to know what happens. way more than I do like Endgame leaks.
Yeah.
Why would you want to know what happens before you see it?
I don't need to know what happens in Endgame. That's the thing. It's like
I don't either.
I need to watch it.
Yeah, I want to watch it.
But I don't need to like know in my soul where it's like, what is the result?
Yeah,
you know?
Like, why? Yeah, I don't really get that.
You know what I think it is? I think it's because we already, for Game of Thrones, they did a really good job. We don't know what the result's going to be.
No.
For Endgame, we know what the result's going to be. The biggest twist would be if Tony Stark. I keep on trying to say Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
That's why. If Tony Stark dies, I think that's like as big as the twist would go.
Dude, I think he's definitely dying.
And exactly, I don't even think that's that much of a twist.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's why I think we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
That's why people want to find out the spoilers. But the guys who made it put out like a PSA, just basically like, hey, people, please don't spoil stuff.
It's so funny how the bootleg DVD market used to be so much worse.
I love the old, you get a DVD with the, tape name on it or the name of a different movie, and it's just a white disc, and there's a guy standing up halfway through the movie.
I forget what I was listening to, but I think it was on Joe Rogan, actually. But Kevin Hart said that there were a number of times when he was like, okay, cool, this is it. This is what I've been waiting for. This is going to launch me. And that movie, Soul Plane.
I remember Soul Plane.
Apparently, Soul Plane was the biggest bootleg DVD sale ever.
Interesting.
And it was
on TV all the time.
It had an awesome release date. Like I think it was Memorial Day weekend. It was supposed to do awesome. And 6 months before the movie happened, bootleg DVDs were out.
Jeez.
And he said that he was like 6 months beforehand, somebody walked up to him in the street and was like, dude, just watch Soul Plane. It's fantastic. It had not even close to come out. And on the bootleg DVD, they had shot an alternate ending a week before, and it was on the DVD. And it's like, okay, so clearly it's an inside job.
Soul Plane's like the funniest movie ever. It's absolutely ridiculous. I'm pretty sure Soul Plane's the one where Tom Arnold is on the plane with his family, and they're like the only white family, and he is just having the worst time ever. And I think people are taking his wife. It's like the funniest. That's an all-time movie. We got to go give Soul Plane a rewatch. Who's your loser?
My loser is the Queen.
You are one pathetic loser.
Of England, I assume.
The Queen Bee, the Queen of America, Beyonce.
Beyonce.
So Beyonce fans are very, very upset. Here's why.
I don't get... okay, keep going.
Last year, she headlined Coachella for $4 million. She got paid $4 million. This year, Ariana Grande headlined Coachella. She made $8 million. Now, obviously, all of Beyonce's followers... the Queenies, whatever they call them.
I think it's like
Beyonce
Bee's Army or something like that.
Yeah, the Beehive. Probably the Beehive.
I don't know. If it's not Beehive, it should be Beehive.
Anyway, they're very, very upset that Ariana made so much more than Beyonce. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I don't get Beyonce's thing whatsoever.
I don't get why I hate anytime we're quoting people on Twitter like that. Where it's like, how many tweets about Beyonce shows you that her army of fans
you want to get people riled up,
really
though.
displeased about this.
If you want to get people riled up, I know because I got people riled up this week by accident by just saying, I don't really get the whole Beyonce thing. I don't get why people are like, she is goals. I don't get it.
I don't really either.
I'm a Rihanna guy.
I love Rihanna.
Way more than Beyonce.
I love Rihanna. Flow Rider?
Queen Rye.
Yeah,
Queen Ree.
Riri. There we are.
Flow Rider's great.
Yeah.
Queen Flow Rider.
Yeah. Moving on. You busted.
You busted?
Trivago guy. You've been busted. You know the guy from those Trivago commercials?
Maybe. Let me
He talks like that. Trivago. It's like a hotel website and air travel and
wait a minute. Keep
stuff
going.
like that. He's a
Oh yeah. What?
Silver Fox, touch of gray. God.
Oh, he was so close to being Mike Rowe.
Yeah, he was found. He was like asleep in his car or whatever. Who cares about the Trivago guy? More you're busted though. What this leads to is came out last week. Pauly D and Vinny have their new dating show, which we've not seen yet somehow. I'm actually going to watch that right after this. But they've been kind of doing the interview circuit, and they're talking about Mike the Situation, who's in jail right now, and how he's been doing. And they mentioned that he actually has become friends with a handful of other famous people who are in jail. Other people that are in that jail are Michael Cohen, Trump's lawyer, is going to be there for 3 years.
Have they met? And they've met and they're already friends.
I don't know if they're friends, but they've met. The guy, George Garofano. Do you remember who that is? You definitely don't.
No.
He's the guy who did the whole fappening. He
had
all the photos of all the celebs, the naked photos.
He has like a slang nickname.
I don't know, but he's in there.
It's like Ghostface or something.
They play Scrabble, him and Mike. But the big name is Billy McFarland, who you know
Yeah,
from the
Fyre
Fyre Fest documentary. He's the guy behind Fyre Fest and the
All right, so I'm going to say it.
most punchable face of all time.
I'm gonna say it. Is there anybody else?
I think those are the only three, and I think he's tightest with Billy McFarland.
That makes a lot of sense. Here's my question. Are we not concerned when we're putting Michael Cohen, the Fappening guy, and Billy McFarland all
In the same
together that we're
three swindlers, three con men?
We're forming kind of a suicide squad, but like a white-collar suicide squad?
It seems like if for any reason the government would need an elite team of con men to somehow rip someone off, they would be able to. It would be like a chopper would land in the yard.
In incredibly embarrassing fashion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it would be, you know what I mean? Like a chopper would land in the yard, and then it's like, Cohen's eating lunch, doesn't look up from his plate, and like they slide him like a PB&J inside. It's like, we need you, Mike.
That black lady is
Ponzi
eating
schemes.
steak
really
aggressively
Yeah.
and chewing it and basically being like, if they leave us,
Yeah.
they'll die.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
we need them for some sort of, it's kind of a combination of a fake concert, but also a Ponzi scheme, and then also just lying directly to the government.
Yeah.
If we needed that in one, ball it up, then we have our team.
Yeah. And the Fappening guy, he's kind of like your explosive
Blackmail, bro.
Well, blackmail, but I was thinking he's more like your explosives expert.
Yeah, he is. He's got
metaphorically, because he's got the nudes.
He has a specialty.
He's got. Oh wait, just give him our guy an hour. He'll get the nudes out there.
You know in Ocean's 11 with the pinch when
Yeah.
it's like he knocks everything out. I feel
When
like that's
Bonnie.
or like he's kind of like the computer guy in Ocean's 11, where all of a sudden it's like all the screens just have naked pictures of Selena Gomez on them. Like what? How do we?
Wow!
What are we
Selena's
doing?
people are calling.
Yeah,
Selena's people are upset.
They won't get off the phone.
Yeah.
And then I don't really know what Mike brings to the table.
Just a good time.
Yeah.
lot
Mike will be the watch.
a lot of
He'll
food.
Watch out. Yeah, exactly.
Good family values
We'll
now.
make food for everybody. But that's pretty hilarious that they're hanging out.
Yeah.
That jail just sounds like a great time.
I honestly think if you threw out some money, if you basically made the offer, I think a lot of people would pay to spend like a couple days in that jail just to hang with him.
Yeah, just hang with that crew.
Yeah.
Those dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is. Yeah. It seems pretty nice.
Get you some of the juice in the jail. They serve those juice cups.
Paulie called it a vacation club or country club, and Vinny
Yeah.
was quick to be like, "It's still jail.
It's still not great,
Yeah.
but apparently Mike's situation loves it also because it's like he's obviously sober, and he said it's like
No temptations.
just a rehab vacation.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm basically in rehab. There's no point in me trying to get high or drunk or anything because I won't be able to.
No.
So this is kind of nice. I do not have to worry. That's not on my back right now.
Yeah, interesting.
Awesome.
I wonder if it's easier or harder to get stuff into those kind of prisons than hardcore prisons.
I think it's a million times easier.
But I feel like in hardcore prisons,
Dude, all those guys.
everybody's,
Yeah, but all those
turning
guys.
cigs.
All those guys have like heart conditions and stuff. Pills are flying in and out.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
diabetics. There's no
Inmates are friends with the guards.
There's no fences. It's like that school near where we went to school without walls or whatever.
School without walls.
Did that school literally have no walls?
I'll
or
never
was that
know.
just a metaphor?
What are you doing when it rains?
I honestly don't know.
I was always confused by that. Yeah. But speaking of the law and being on the right or wrong side of it, we have an baking powder.
Excuse me? A baking powder?
Kimmy Kardashian. Boy, I don't usually like talking about them, but pretty hilarious. At least it's something. She came out last week, announced to everybody that she plans to take the bar exam in 2022 and become a lawyer.
2022 is a long way away.
2022 is a long way away. So I saw this. It was funny. I saw this in an article where the picture of the article was her very scantily clad. And I was like, this is kind of mixed messages, right? Kind of two things. But so she had like a Vogue article that was half her talking about law, half sexy photos of Kim.
Yeah.
Her doing her thing.
What Kanye's up to?
But so she's basically, turns out, in a couple states, you don't need to go to law school to become a lawyer.
Interesting.
Yeah. What you have to do is like get an apprenticeship
Okay.
at a law firm and then do that for a certain amount of time, for a certain amount of years, and then you're eligible to take the bar and try to become a lawyer.
What law firm is going to bring that kind of distraction into their midst?
So
I assume it's like the guys on the commercials where it's like Bam! The Texas Hammer. Call me. I'll DUI. Call me.
1-800 no cuffs. You don't
Yeah.
want to. We don't want to put you in cuffs unless you're into that kind of thing.
Unless you're into that kind of thing. Bam!
I love that commercial. Yeah, the Texas Hammer was a good one too.
Joe Adler. That's his name.
Joe Adler. Yeah.
Joe Adler, Texas Hammer.
But there was always, that was my first thought was what law firm is going to have Kim Kardashian? Because her technical role is that she's like an understudy. She's like a fucking intern.
Webster,
walking
Webster,
around.
and Cohen.
And so it's some big fancy law firm with rich people that she does 18 hours a week apparently. My first thought is I just don't buy any of this. I do not buy that Kim Kardashian is showing up to a law firm
And will continue to show up.
and doing assistant intern duties for 18 hours every week for the next 3 years.
How on earth could you do that?
There is no way. If you work at that law firm, you're raising your hand and going, no way.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
She's worth like $1 billion. I
This
feel
is
uncomfortable
embarrassing.
giving her the bitch work that she's supposed to be
This
doing.
is embarrassing. Also, you know who's a big loser?
Who?
Really hardworking
Yeah.
law students
Yeah.
who are trying to, get apprenticeships and internships at law firms.
It's like when Tim Tebow was like, I'm going to play baseball, and the Mets signed him, and all these people, and it was stupid with Tim Tebow because like, no, Tim Tebow's an athlete.
He can
Tim
play
Tebow
baseball.
Tim Tebow can do this. He still has a
It's
real
more
want.
realistic for him to be a baseball player than Kim Kardashian to be a fucking lawyer.
And I believe that if Tim Tebow does make it, Tim Tebow will be so happy to be playing baseball, and he's not just going to quit. I don't think Kim Kardashian wants to work for the DA's office.
You know, we watched Wanderlust the other day, and a big part of the plot is Jennifer Aniston can't figure out what she wants to do, so she's like making a documentary, writing a children's book, this and that. This is Kim Kardashian. It's like she's actually done some stuff with the criminal law.
Yeah.
She got a couple people out of prison.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of that.
Okay,
stuff
well,
going
actually,
on.
no-
Great stuff.
Wait, that does change things.
More power to you.
Yeah.
More power to you. Great stuff. I think there's a difference between that and becoming an actual practicing lawyer. I think it's becoming a practicing lawyer. It's a really fucking hard, long thing to do. I just don't buy this happening.
Here's something I
I
will
don't
say.
see it. Yeah.
If Kim Kardashian succeeds, she will be president in her life.
Of the United States?
I'm not even kidding you. I fully believe.
Dude,
if she
that might be
succeeds-
why she's doing this.
If she fully
could be why.
succeeds and she continues because she is super politically active.
She cannot walk into a goddamn courtroom. She's 5 feet tall. That doesn't matter the size wise.
That's
but
actually
her
good.
compared to just her whole aura.
That's good.
There's no way. Her butt's too big, dude. I'm gonna throw that out there.
Yeah, no, I don't. I'm
She's
not,
the biggest butt in the history of lawyers.
I'm not very attracted to. I don't get that whole.
No, but it just I can't picture like her walking into it's like it's like
Objection.
the Mountain in
Yeah.
Game of Thrones walking with a suit and tie and being like, this is my case.
Honestly, if I was the jury
Judge.
though, and one of the lawyers was the size of the mountain, I'd immediately be like, okay, I'm going with that guy. I don't know if he's
That
right.
guy decided to be a lawyer?
I don't know if he's
could've
wrong.
done anything.
But I trust big people.
Yeah.
They're higher up. They see more, so they get a
have more
better sense of the
information.
world. Yeah,
They have more information.
That's so interesting. If she does, because it is pretty impressive. Like, if you look at what she's done, she has made big political strides and does give a shit.
Yes, but in my mind, it's basically only because Trump is president. And because it's
Yeah,
like
it's true.
Trump,
That's open.
celebrity to celebrity.
I
He
don't know,
wants he's Kanye's his guy.
Dude,
Like, why didn't you do this with Obama?
I don't know if I don't know, but if Obama,
Right? I don't.
but if Obama was president right now, I bet you she would be able to do the same thing.
But he was, and she didn't.
Get that access. You know what? I don't know, dude. I just don't know anything political.
So I was expecting way more like people being like, "This is ridiculous" and stuff. There's actually like a lot of stuff being like, "Get off her back." Okay, she's trying to work, and hey, I get
Because
it. She's trying to do her thing.
Every other one of her sisters, yeah, you'd be like, shut the fuck up.
No, her included.
She is the most entrepreneurial. Why am I defending her? I don't know, but I think somebody needs to.
In my mind, that she's got the media by the huevos.
Yeah.
I think she's got the media by the gonads, and she knows whatever she does, she's got an army of peeps. It's gonna get clicks.
Can you imagine?
No matter what.
Can you imagine how fucking trippy the White House would be if Kanye West was running around as the first gentleman or whatever?
I'd love it. I mean, it'd be a sexy time for the country.
George Bush doesn't care about black people. If he was just dropping like
doing that.
those sound bites that he did
On the regular.
on the regular, it was just like you do not know
That'd be great.
what is gonna come next.
That'd be great.
Probably an album.
Probably. Most
Probably.
likely.
Yeah.
Moving on. Oh my science.
Oh my science.
Is this
what-
a new segment?
Yeah, we did it a while ago.
Okay.
We did it forever ago, but it's a South Park quote. It's great. Netflix is making a shuffle option for when you can't pick an episode. I saw this and I had 2 freakouts because one, this is the smartest thing of all time,
Mm-hmm.
but also I thought of this so gosh darn long ago. Not like this is a unique I called it or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
but boy, there should be a shuffle option for everything because boy, do we need this. They were saying they're testing it out with The Office, New Girl, Arrested Development, and one other show.
That's exactly what they should do.
That
because
is
those
exactly what we do every night.
Yeah.
We pick one of those shows, and we were like, we can't pick an episode, and we go on for an hour trying to pick an episode.
Here's the issue though with it. More options and more randomness all this is going to lead to is us pressing shuffle 500 times.
I think it might be shuffle 5 times.
I do this with
instead of-
music all the time.
Yeah, I know. But I think this might be, instead of going through every single season
Yeah.
and not picking an episode, it's like you shuffle 5 times, and then you get an episode you want.
You know what I was thinking? We need to figure out a way for us to kind of get over it and watch Scott's Tots. And I'll tell you why.
I can't watch Scott's Tots.
Neither can I. I've seen it, I think, one time. It was the first time.
I've seen up until he announces that he isn't paying for their college a couple times recently.
But we've seen every single episode of The Office.
I never watched the Charles Minor episodes either.
Oh, I love the Charles Mann.
I never watched those.
I've been up for a while.
Yeah, well, no, that's the volleyball one. I love
Yeah.
that one. But the Michael Scott Paper Company.
Yeah.
I don't like Charles Minor. I don't like Uncomfortable Jim.
I love
me
the
uncomfortable.
Michael Scott Paper Company episode when during the negotiation when Dwight keeps on butting in.
Yes.
And he's saying like, I have a moist towelette
Yeah.
and the larva of a queen bee.
Yeah.
The pheromones. It's so good.
Yeah, it's great stuff.
Yeah.
But I think that's fucking awesome. There should be a shuffle option for everything. It just makes things better. Moving on, we got trash trailers. You seen this trailer?
I saw it a while ago. Is it
It's the funniest trailer.
same type of trailer?
It's the funniest trailer ever.
Tell me about it, because I already give this a smash.
So it starts with you got The Rock and Statham, who are now buds.
Yeah.
And there's like 2 doors that lead to different rooms. So they're like, okay, like, I'll take this one, you take that one. And they're like, okay. Statham opens the door, bunch of bad guys in there, and looks to The Rock and is like, I think this is your door, actually. And The Rock's like, why? Like, too many guys for you? Statham, no look, kick to the face of a guy in the room, goes in the room, is knocking out about 15 people. While he's doing that, Rock opens the other door, and there's like an 8-foot tall guy. Rock, one punch, clean to the face. That guy's out. So now it's The Rock walking through the room like that was easy, as he's looking through a mirror, seeing Statham like kind of joke around with him as he's kicking like 15 guys' asses. This movie's going to be the best movie ever because it's going to be Fast and Furious, except we don't need to explain that. We don't need to put cars in it throughout the entire movie to explain that we're still race car drivers, kind of. It can just be kicking ass with Statham and The Rock.
This will be the first Fast and Furious movie I'll ever see, and guess what? I'm going to see it in the Dolby.
It's going to be great.
It looks fucking awesome.
Yeah.
You
Also, they're letting The Rock have more tats. They're not washing out his tats anymore.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's pretty great.
Dude, you know what this movie reminds me of, though? It just reminds me of the thing that was the biggest letdown ever was, remember that movie with, I think it was Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone, and they were locked in the jail?
Oh.
Supermax jail?
It might have been like locked in. Or like
Locked in or something like that?
Lockout.
Apparently,
Escape, something like that.
Apparently the movie wasn't good. It reminds me of that type of movie where you watch it and you're like, oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. Well, that movie was, it's like a future space prison.
Yeah.
No one can get out of except for the guy who designed it, who is now in it as a prisoner.
And he's 7 feet tall,
Yeah.
and he's Conan the Barbarian, and his buddy's Rocky.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But that trailer is an absolute smash for me. And we got like I think Statham has like a sister character in it. The whole thing. Idris Elba's the bad guy.
Oh, perfect.
He looks like a Power Rangers bad guy or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Like he's a bad guy, but he's really fighting everybody. You
Yeah.
don't see that a lot.
Doesn't he have robot arms?
He's got like a black. He almost looks like he's got like the Black Panther besides the helmet. He's got like that uniform where it's like all bulletproof and stuff.
By the way, at work, I created a thing called Team Jack. This is why I'm bringing it up because it's Fast and Furious kind of themed.
Yeah.
Vin Diesel's are. So basically, if anybody listens who watches what I do for work or whatever, Team Jack, a lot of Vin Diesel stuff, and we're family. And I was literally just thinking as I'm going through those gifts.
It's all about family.
It's all about family. You can't choose family.
No.
Okay, but we're family.
Yeah.
All right.
Barbecues.
Welcome to my family.
Family. Yeah.
I think I found my team.
Buster.
But it's just funny to think that movie turned into
Biggest franchise of all time.
maybe Guardians of the Galaxy type stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's basically it's not unrealistic that in 5 movies time there's aliens.
Oh,
It's not.
no, that's not that crazy
That
at
is
all.
not out of the picture.
Work it into the Marvel universe. Why not?
In about 10 years, it wouldn't be insane for it to be, like you said, Fast and Furious. They are Avengers. They're canon.
It could happen.
Yeah.
There's also in that trailer, there's a scene like they show like Idris Elba does that thing where he like hacks into every TV and like broadcasts himself live on people's TVs.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a common bad guy thing, where it's like people at home watching. There's like a terrorist, like very V for Vendetta. A ton of movies.
Yeah.
Dozens and dozens of movies. Has that ever happened in real life?
Yeah, that happened with Max Headroom. That's happened a few times.
Where someone, it's like you're watching TV and it's like, and then they go to like someone else talking.
It's never happened where like an evil supervillain does it.
Who did it?
It's called Max Headroom. So Google Max Headroom.
What does it mean?
It's a old TV character, and it's like the
Yeah. So that was in like a show though. That didn't actually happen.
No, it happened. So basically, it is signal intrusion event. On November 22nd, 1987, 2 Chicago television stations had their broadcast signals hijacked by an unknown person wearing a Max Headroom mask. So it wasn't actually that character, and sunglasses. So it looks really creepy. The first incident took place for 25 seconds during the sportscast, 9 p.m. news and WGN TV. 2 hours later, around 11 p.m. on their PBS affiliate, it happened for 90 seconds during that broadcast. And basically, the hacker rambled on, making references to Headroom's endorsement of Coke, the series Clutch Cargo. It was just like a fan thing. There was nothing like creepy about it, but somebody has done that. And so I'm sure that's kind of what is inspiring all this stuff. It's like, imagine if all of a sudden your channel just goes to, and it's...
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
I'm waiting for it to happen. If it ever happens, that'd be the scariest thing of all time. If you feel like it's happening in movies, like it's another fucking day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It'd be crazy.
It'd be scary stuff. Moving on. We got a big smart guy, huh?
Oh, big smart guy, huh?
Oh, big smart guy.
So people, every now and then, bullies come out to play, Jack.
Mm-hmm.
And
again, I'm pro bully.
if you don't stop the bullies before they start, they'll never end. So this might be me against you. But there was this viral video this week because the Star Wars trailer came out, and there's this guy who I think his name got released. It's something Butt. He's got a funny name, something Butt.
Unless it's Jake Butt.
No, it's not Jake Butt. What's this guy's fucking name? Something. No, it's not Dingus Butt. Someone just wrote that. Eric Butts.
Eric Butts.
Yeah, someone called him Dingus. But Eric Butts, who's a absolutely massive nerd, specifically Star Wars nerd. He's one of those guys that live streams himself watching things and unboxing things and doing stuff like that. Seems like a middle-aged guy, maybe 30s. Huge Star Wars guy, so he live streams himself watching movie trailers. Did that, watching the new Star Wars trailer. Basically immediately started hysterically crying and was really emotionally moved, and like you're watching him and he's really shaking and like can't believe it, and he's hysterically crying the entire trailer. So he posted that. It spread like wildfire of people just basically ripping on him, calling him a virgin, and you know, calling him a nerd and all this stuff like that. But because of it, it caused, as you know,
Rebound.
there's a big nerd army.
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
To come and support
Yeah.
for him. If you haven't seen the video, which I doubt you haven't, look it up. It's Eric Butts' Star Wars trailer reaction.
Yeah.
It's really something. At first, I was prepared to just be laughing at the guy. It really, like, you don't feel sentimental, but you're like, wow, this means a lot to this guy.
Well, I'm actually going to hop on the bandwagon.
Well, that's okay, good.
I'll tell you why. If this was 3 years ago and this was the new Star Wars and you're like, oh my God, it's coming back.
Yeah.
We do have a new Star Wars trailer like every few months now.
Yes.
If it's a crying event for you, you do got to get it together, dude.
Oh, wow. I thought you were going the other way.
No, I'm saying you got to get it together. That's
My thought is, who cares? Like, why does anyone care that he's crying? I compare it to like Game of Thrones. I don't think I'd be crying at any point.
Actually, you're right. I mean,
I'm like, holy shit, I'm into it.
I don't care that he's crying. You're right. But I do think it's a little bit much. If you're going to be live streaming this and posting this and be like, look how emotional I'm getting for this thing, that happens like 3 times a year.
Yeah. Well, this is the last one ever. That's the thing.
Dude, you really think this is the last one
In
ever?
the 9. So they'll make like spin-offs, but at least they've said that there are no more movies with Luke Skywalker or any of those characters. So it is kind of a big deal. That's what it just even highlights how terrible these movies are even more.
Dude.
That we don't even care about that. But like that's kind of a thing. It's like Endgame, where it's like, okay, there's no more.
In the grand scheme of
movies.
things, there are, in my opinion, 3 good of the 9. Assuming that this next one, we're not counting those up.
You're not a Star Wars guy, though.
Not Star Wars, but I like Phantom Menace, the Empire, and Return or New Hope or whatever. Return of the Jedi.
So you like 1, 3, and 4, or 1.
I guess I like 4 because I like the
1,
latest
4,
one.
and 5.
I like the number 7.
So 1, 5, and 7.
Anyway, the fact that there are going to be 9 and really diehard Star Wars fans, will have approved of 3 of them.
Well,
They don't like the prequels, and I don't think they
Oh,
like
okay.
the new ones.
I thought you were saying yours. I was like, I don't think you speak for the Star Wars fans.
Hell no, I don't. You kidding me? I would never want to.
No,
Nerds.
but I think that Star Wars fans actually like. I don't know. But he got a bunch of love from all these different celebs and stuff, and of course Mark Hamill, aka Mark Camel. He had a whole thing being like, love the reaction, all this stuff. So glad it inspired you, all stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But he goes, P.S. I salute you, sir. And he did the gif of him before, in Ep 6 when he,
Of course.
right before he does the backflip off the walk the plank thing and kicks ass.
God.
He does a little salute.
Yeah.
It would be pretty cool for Mark Hamill to tweet that salute at you and be like, I salute you.
Yeah.
That'd be
that would
pretty
be
cool,
pretty
right?
cool.
Like a video of Han,
Yeah.
Harrison Ford giving you the Han thumbs up.
We should make
That'd be something.
gifs of ourselves. So anytime somebody does something, we
Yeah.
can just send a gif of ourselves doing it.
Yeah, like a salute or something.
Yeah.
Or a bow. I think it should be a bow.
You know what we should do? Let's go through every emoji on your phone and let's make
That face?
our own face of that, and then just only use our own faces.
Done.
Yeah.
Done. We'll do it right after.
Yeah.
Boom.
Looks like we found what we're doing in our afternoon.
Last thing in the pod before we start talking Thrones, we got a couple shoot me.
Shoot me!
First on the shoot me list, Mike Myers, Austin Powers, and what have you, making his own Netflix show, 6-part miniseries where he plays all the characters.
Hell yeah. Love that.
Pretty sweet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Is that any recurring stuff or any old
I
characters?
think it's
or-
all new stuff.
Cool.
But he plays all of them. We watched Tropic Thunder the other day. I loved the farties or the fatties or whatever with Jack Black. I like when people play all the characters.
Oh, I think it's the funniest thing.
Funny.
Yeah.
Funny. Never gotten into the Medea thing, but
No.
this I really like.
We did the playing multiple characters thing a bunch because we think it's so funny.
Oh yeah, it's the best.
I played one where I'm talking to myself. There's one where
yeah,
there's
yeah.
6 of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. We love that.
Those are the days.
Oh yeah.
So hopefully that's good. Fun story. The paranormal investigator that the Conjuring series was based off of, and the Annabelle, all those. It's about like that couple who's paranormal.
You're nodding as if I
Whatever.
know, but
You know what I'm talking? You were nodding.
oh no.
Conjuring and Annabelle. Those
Yeah, the
scary
horror
movies.
movies. Yeah.
The people that they're based off of.
Oh, they're based off of people?
Oh yeah, so the people in the movies are real people, and so like obviously I think they probably exaggerate what was happening.
Well, I should hope so.
But like
I really hope they did.
Yeah, the 2 paranormal like investigators are based off of a real life couple who have like like have you ever seen like they have like a basement with the Annabelle doll and all like the haunted objects they have?
I was unaware any of this existed. So
So that's real.
Okay.
So it's all based off of real stuff. So like
Oh
there
my
is
God,
a
dude,
person with a basement with like haunted stuff, like the Annabelle thing. And that paranormal investigator who owns that house and stuff just died. So they said she died peacefully in her sleep. To which I just thought, if you're that person,
Bullshit.
death must be the scariest thing of all time to you, right?
Yeah.
Is it the other way? Is it like you've already seen both sides? In my mind, it's like there's no way you died peacefully, bro. You've been casting out demons from our world for your whole life. The demons
Yeah.
are coming back to get what's theirs.
are there any horror movies where it's kind of like, like you said, demons and ghosts versus people, and anybody just says like, screw it, our team's losing,
Join the other team.
kills themselves, just be like, Team Demon.
I don't think it's ever been
Bandwagon fan.
All of a sudden you become a ghost.
Well, you know that the afterlife is fully real.
Yeah, but
because
terrible
there
too.
are ghosts. Well, how
Yeah.
do you know that?
You've seen it. They've been telling you.
Well, so there's a few rotten apples, a few bad apples.
But boy, what a terrifying funeral to go to. What a terrifying everything. Who gets the house now with that stuff in the basement? I think it blew it up, right?
If I was friends with them, I wouldn't be friends with them.
No.
I wouldn't go. So I wouldn't have the issue
But
of
you
going
have
to the
that
funeral
house.
or worrying about what happens to the house.
Yeah, they say you're a family member or something like that. You have the house with the basement. Setting the house on fire, that would be my first thought. I think that's just the
That's
worst thing you can do, right?
That puts a further curse.
That
puts
puts
like
a further-
a fire curse.
Because whenever there's smoke, there's ghosts flying out of the smoke.
That's what I hear.
So, like, I don't know if you'd blow it up or if you try to get a sinkhole situation going.
There's probably a few really, really weird people who are
wanna
calling and
live
saying, "We'll take care of it."
Oh, dude, I bet there's people that are paying good money to try to live there.
I read an old but we know how to remove this stuff.
Oh, interesting.
They read an old book
Yeah.
that may or may not have been written like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Where you have and it has one of those things where you have to unlock it and you open the straps of it, and they're gonna come and they're gonna follow the like arcane
Ways,
directions.
whatever they do. Mm-hmm. Yeah, tough stuff though. I thought that was pretty
Need it-
terrifying.
Need 3 heads of lettuce.
There's a rumor going around that for the new Space Jam movie, LeBron James, who's the star of it, is having trouble recruiting, or that's just the word people use, getting other stars to be in the movie.
I don't think that's true.
I think one, it's completely not true. People are just loving the Lakers hate LeBron train right now. Also, there's no way you could remake the old Space Jam because there's no way you could get players like Charles Barkley or all the different guys that they had, Larry Sanders and all this stuff, or Larry Johnson, I mean, to come and be in the movie because like guys are just about pride now, about respect. No one would ever be like, yeah, I'll go be in your movie, LeBron, where you're the best and you beat me as a monster. Right? You would never do that.
That's true. I guess you could say, though, that...
Like, it's crazy to me that Charles Barkley and Patrick Ewing were willing to be like, yeah, if you took clones of us and then played Michael Jordan in some cartoons, he would still beat us.
I think there's enough levels of separation.
Yeah.
Because I never even considered that Michael Jordan beat Charles Barkley and Patrick Ewing.
Oh, that's always my thought when I'm watching the movie.
I always was like, he's beating cartoons.
Oh, no, well,
I never... you're right. You're right.
Technically.
I do think that Blake Griffin is easily going to be in it. I think
Blake should.
I think I'm guarantee you Chris Paul is going to be in it. Anybody who's in a commercial
and his crew. Oh yeah, I guess you're right. Anyone who's already on TV, kind of.
Who's like looking for that? Hell yeah, they're going to be in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because why wouldn't you? But I hope they get some guys in. I really hope Lonzo and LeVar Ball are not in it because people are saying that. There's no way LeVar, but I really hope Lonzo isn't. Last thing, new Hellboy came out this week.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
I had no idea that was a thing.
The cast of Hellboy was in my office.
Hellboy's like a big... I had never seen the old ones. I make fun of them all the time.
Yeah.
Like, let's go watch Hellboy the Golden Army.
I'll never watch it ever.
I just have absolutely no interest.
I just don't care.
People love those movies, though. Those are like cult movies. How did this movie come out? I have not seen a single trailer. How's that possible?
You want to think? I literally, again, I only know because they were in my office like a week ago, and it was like, oh, what's this going on
It's the
here?
dude from Stranger Things.
So I thought it was a Stranger Things promotion.
But
like,
that was a big deal when he was like named to be the new Hellboy, and I have absolutely no interest. But that's crazy to me. A movie comes out, I had no idea.
You know what? I was saying this to you earlier. This is the worst time to ever release a movie ever.
Yeah,
you got
it's all Thrones
and Avengers. Like literally,
that's all everyone's talking about.
There are no. If you're on Reddit, there are no other fan theories going around. It's only for Thrones and Avengers. It's like those are the two. There are two massive endings happening.
Yeah, and then right after that, smack, you got Detective Pikachu.
Yeah,
early May.
Yeah. Oh, that's gonna.
In the face.
That's going to. It might as well get the electric rat to just pee all over May. It's his.
I'll see that on whatever midnight or whatever. But yeah,
I probably won't.
There we go. That was the pod. Moving on. We gotta talk Thrones.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Hop on the metal chair of swords. Let's do it.
Where are my dragons?
So we now welcome back onto the podcast, Mr. Jack Neuheisel.
Howdy do.
And Lord Matt McGinnis.
It was an abortion, Michael.
We just watched episode
Unholy.
2.
Like our marriage.
It was a son.
Yeah. Godfather Part 2. It's good things. We just watched episode...
I'm not going to give you a straight answer anymore. All right. That's it for the Godfather Part 2.
F2, Season 8, Game of Thrones. We just saw it. Spoilers ahead, so if you have not seen it, then scram. Kind of a slow up, mostly conversations, I'd say, a lot of which we've been waiting for and wanted. But, Jack, you described this episode as a slumber party.
I did. So this episode felt...
I think that was nails, by the way.
There was a number of scenes that I really wanted to be drawn out. The number one scene I wanted to be drawn out, something just fell in the back of our house.
It was the kitchen, yeah.
It was a ghost. Maybe it was the dog Ghost. But I know references now. But
Ghost, good. Rare sighting in this deal, by the way.
Yeah. The people on the internet forums were losing it about
this
fucking
those
dog.
red eyes.
I don't get it. Anyway, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna keep on reckoning ghosts. Anyway, the scene was when they're planning the battle.
Yeah.
That should have been the entire fucking episode.
Before the season started, I kind of thought that was going to be the whole first 2
That
eps.
should have been the end. Okay.
Because I still don't know the plan. I don't know about you guys. Do you guys know the plan?
It's to kill the night.
There's a left flank. I know there's the left
I was
flank.
literally about to say. And
We know there's a left flank.
And it's good ground. It's good ground.
And Brienne is running it.
Fast pool.
Even though Brienne, I'm just going to say it.
Yeah.
She's like a rookie quarterback out there.
Very much a rookie
She
quarterback.
does not look comfortable in
You know
her
what it
shoes.
is, Jack? She's not a rookie in her fighting skills.
No.
She beat the Hound. More power to her. Has she ever been in a war?
No.
I don't think she's never drawn up battle plans.
Because she's with what's his name, Baratheon, and then he dies, and then basically since then she's been on the run.
Yeah.
So it's like she can handle herself with the sword. Don't cross her.
It's like a track star we've recruited to play wide receiver.
Yes, it's
It's
Usain Bolt on the Chargers.
she's definitely got moves. She's got the measurables.
Yeah.
but
I think
I don't know.
wrist circumference. I mean, look at it.
I think it's even more like she is a slot receiver who is now going to be the what do you call the furthest wideout person? Just a wideout?
I mean, we want to get technical,
Yeah.
like an X. We
Like
want
an
to
X.
get
Like an X.
Yeah.
She's a
Football
slot.
guy.
She's a slot guy.
Yeah.
Slot woman.
Slot knight.
Slot
Yeah,
knight
not knight.
now.
Yeah, whoa.
Oh my God. Just anyway.
You weren't a fan of that.
Well, no. There's a slot, and then she's moving out to the X position.
Yeah.
And she has the capability of being next.
Yeah.
We all know it.
Yeah.
But she's not used to people referring to her as this, Terrell Owens position.
Yeah.
She's always been the number 2 or the number 3 or whatever. So this entire episode was basically like, okay, let's just, Jack Brand off until she gets confident.
Yeah,
like,
because of how honorable she is.
We can
A
agree
waste,
she's
a
raw.
waste.
She's,
Yeah,
she's
she's
the
raw.
very
She's at
least
least
she's raw.
raw.
Oh,
Raw
yeah.
talent.
At least wrong.
She's
Yeah.
great, but she's proven her. I don't know. I just thought the whole thing was like a
So
little
the ep
much.
starts with Jamie showing up, and we had kind of talked last week about what we thought was going to happen to Jamie. It seemed like what happened kind of had to happen, where it's like we don't have time
Yeah.
to like, are we going to throw Jamie in a cell? Like, what are we doing? So I was glad we kind of went through that quick. Not a good look for Danny.
No, cool for Sansa. Like,
Yeah.
like cool moment of she's like, I don't like you, you're a bad person, and then having it like all turn around and having her like see like the different, like see the facts and change her mind.
She's
That
a
was
good
kinda
leader.
cool.
She's a good leader,
and
man.
it was really cool for her to be like
Diplomacy.
to Brienne, like, are you vouching for him?
Because that means a
that
lot.
was sick.
And it's like from soldiers and knights and stuff vouching for another person.
Oh yeah,
You're putting your life on the line. For
Hell
that
yeah.
person, by the way.
I also was unaware of this Jamie backstory where he basically saved Sansa.
Yeah.
Because of
yeah,
an oath.
yeah. But she didn't really
Yeah,
know that.
but
She
she
didn't
didn't
really know that. Yeah.
But so now they must be really
Yeah,
cool.
transitive,
totally.
a transitive
yeah,
saving.
and even so,
Yeah.
the saving, it was more like he just,
He tried. Catelyn set him free.
he
and
dished
said,
that responsibility off
gave her
to
a shot.
Brienne. It was
Yeah.
like,
He
if
had
you're
one
really
hand.
doing it, you
He
would have
came
fucking...
back, covered him up with one hand. I agree with what you're saying.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
No, but I can get
I'm looking
that
out for
now.
the realm.
I understand.
Someone has to.
Yeah, it's a good sign for like Sansa, where it's like she makes that.
She saw the
switch.
facts. She changed her mind.
I
She
didn't know
wasn't-
that info. New info presented.
Yeah.
New ideas.
Danny looking like she's getting her legs pulled out from under.
Yeah.
In a lot of these scenes of like,
Yeah.
I was gonna say that. Like, why are you beating me with the punch?
What
Like,
legs?
I was gonna say that.
There
Yeah.
are no more legs.
Yeah.
We're both pulled out
And
from under
then
her.
John with the like, we need as many men as we need.
Yeah.
He's such a football guy.
Yeah.
He's
a
a
jock.
Mike
Total
Singletary.
jock. Yeah.
Like just,
He's so Edo.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He wants to like just like
Mike
run
Singletary
is a
Oklahomas all
meathead.
day.
Yeah.
He's working on his form tackle and 3-point stance.
He's worried about one thing,
Yeah.
which is the number of people that they have.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes to get to that number.
Yeah.
I also feel like everyone else sitting at those tables, like none of them have fought the White Walkers, like except for him. So it's kind of like one of those things of like everyone thinks that they know what they're planning for, but he's like really the only one who's like, I've actually like done this.
We kind of didn't talk about that enough. I kind of expected them to talk about it more, where it's like, okay, everyone who hasn't seen the White Walkers,
Shut the fuck up for a
like
second.
basically hold like
Yeah.
a PowerPoint prezi, where
Yeah.
it's like, okay, these guys are different.
Yeah.
like I know like the rumors, they're all true.
Yeah. Everything you've heard,
Your
it's worse than
nightmares
what
are
you've
real.
heard.
And I hate to go back to the football analogy, but I'm going to right
Let's
here.
do it.
Basically,
Go back.
what
This
you're
is a football
describing- What you're describing is a guy who has Super Bowl experience
Yeah.
on a young team.
Yeah.
And everybody should be looking at him being like,
Yeah.
what is it like? And he should be like, this is what it's like in as much detail as he possibly
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
The halftime's a little longer. It's a, it's
Yeah.
a different
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
There,
We got press day.
there's really no home field advantage. No, but the night before the Super Bowl, there are kind of two things a team can do. They can either game plan the shit out of it, which you might over game plan.
Yeah.
wanna
Or
think too
you
much.
guys can all party and be like, I can't believe we're all here, which is what they did. They
Yeah.
stayed up.
Yeah.
Get your rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're about to fight for humanity.
Yeah.
And they're all like, oh, can't we stay up a little longer? What the fuck are we doing? It's a
They're
slumber
drinking
party
wine
here.
Yeah.
there, yeah.
You
Yeah.
guys, death is coming.
Yeah,
It
I
kinda
think for a lot of people in that room though, they are like really wrestling and kind of coming to peace with
We're
the
gonna
fact
die.
that they're going to
Yeah,
die.
we're all gonna die.
So right there, I feel like the only reason why they're really like, let's chill for a little bit is like they're never gonna talk to another person.
That
again.
also came out of nowhere. This ep, where all of a sudden every single character was just like, "Well, we're gonna die."
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
everybody, and I kind of like the Tyrion being like, "Maybe we don't die."
So
But,
here,
Yeah.
like,
so here's my question to you guys. I'm pretty sure every character in this that we can reasonably say after this episode, that's a fair end for them, is going to die in next week's episode.
What do
so
you
who
mean,
are we
fair
talking
end?
about?
So I'm talking about
I
like
want to go through everything who's gonna die.
I'm talking about Brienne. I think is definitely going to die. She
can
was
see Brienne.
knighted.
Yeah.
It was an
Yep.
honor.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
setting her up for the death. Every
Bye,
now and then,
Bran.
though,
Bye.
I think she's gonna die. Every now and then, though, Game of Thrones does this to you, where you think, "Oh, of course,"
Yeah.
and then it's like, "Oh, Jamie dies in the first 10 seconds."
I-
You're like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
I don't think
That would be amazing.
Yeah,
I don't,
crazy.
I don't think Game of Thrones is doing that much anymore
Yeah.
because of the timing.
Yeah.
In the old episodes, what they would have done is at the very end of this episode, we would have heard something about maybe Jamie having to talk to Daenerys. And this new have to show everything as fast as possible possible. We ended with Jaime seeing Bran, and we started with Jaime talking to Daenerys. It's like, okay, we got to get through this.
Yeah.
After that first scene, I thought we were in great shape.
Yeah.
Overall, I did not like the episode.
You said 1 and 1 at one point.
Yeah,
You were
when
like,
we got through that scene, it was like, one, we hit every bullet point we needed to there. Jaime's now officially fighting for Team Good Guys. And we got through it pretty quick.
I'm forgetting what the second scene was.
The second scene was they went out to the Weirwood.
No, because that was a good scene.
Right?
I thought that's why we were like 1 for 2, and I forget. But the Weirwood scene, so Jaime goes out to talk to Bran.
Yeah, sweet.
Great long needed convo.
Yeah.
Great stuff. What a throwback. I liked Bran, him being like, why didn't you tell anybody? Because I was thinking that too. I was like, did Bran not tell anybody all this time? Like he knew all this time and didn't tell anybody? And so I kind of liked addressing that and being like, we need you for the wall.
Yeah.
And then he had one other creepy thing.
He basically...
Wait, real quick.
You go.
So he said to Jaime, who's to say you're going to be alive after all
Yeah, so that
this?
basically is like, you're dying, bro.
So which means one of two things. Jaime's dying, or Bran actually kind of fucks with people.
Yeah.
He's got kind of a cheeky sense of
Bran
humor.
can't see the future, so like he doesn't really know.
But he's not
a Lord of the Light guy. Those are usually the guys that see the future.
Yeah.
We should get
We're
some
not
of those guys in
positive
our
whether or
team,
not he
please.
can or cannot see the future.
Yeah,
For example, he knew Jaime was going to be there. He was waiting for
you're
him.
right.
But
you're
he could have
right.
seen him from a raven and been like, okay, he's
Yeah,
following
so
this
he's on
path.
the move. Yeah.
He's either going to this place, which what are the odds he goes there?
Yeah.
Or here. I don't know.
Makes
I don't
more
know.
sense. No,
Grasping
makes
at
more sense.
straws. I don't know.
We then get a lot of Jaime and what's his name, or Jaime and Brienne. Pod's a good fighter all of a sudden.
Yeah.
How about that?
Pod's
Pod with a
kicking
little
ass.
confidence, like teaching a guy, like no.
He was really, it was not very cool. He
No, he's
like kind of hit him
firm.
back and was like,
Yeah.
I'm kind of a mean mug.
Again, it's the day of the Super Bowl. This isn't spring training.
He's tuning up
You
the
know.
Northerners, the practice squad guys.
We need confidence more than anything. We need confidence more than absolutely anything, right? What else we had? We had Jorah stepping up for Tyrion. So Tyrion, when Jaime's like, Cersei is not bringing the knights and stuff like that, we all were like, fucking, what's his name? Tyrion's like done.
Yeah.
Right?
He hasn't
Tyrion
brought
doesn't
anything
bring
of
anything
value
to the
to the table for a while.
No.
Yeah.
And so after that, it was kind of like, what's he doing here? Then is Jorah saying to Daenerys, I think you made the right choice. He should be your guy. Is that enough to keep Tyrion? It seems like it is.
I think it's enough for Jorah to die this episode. Along,
I think so too.
Along with him getting that sword.
So who thinks that? I think Brienne's dying. I think Jorah's dying. I think Grey Worm's dying.
So Jorah got the
Grey
sword.
Worm's dying in the first 10 seconds.
I think Gendry's dying too.
As soon as we were like, oh, I'm going to take you to that beach.
Anyone who had yeah.
Can I go to my list?
Yeah. Was those the ones I named your list?
Those were not only those were the top 3.
Yeah.
So Brienne is dying.
Yes.
Holy shit, she got knighted. What a great end to her entire story.
Yeah.
Jorah, he got double storied there with the sword and whatnot. Grey Worm, yeah, he's planning an end. That'll be so sad. What could have been? They could have seen the beaches.
You can't plan the end before the beginning. You gotta. Yeah. No.
I think Theon's dead. Although
the
only thing that's potentially saving him is like, are him and Sansa fucking?
Dude,
are they fucking?
We gotta go to that for 1 second. They seem like they're gonna bang.
There's something going on there.
We don't need to point out the obvious fact that he does not have.
It is cold in the north, but not between them two.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. He doesn't have a dick. They can't have children. He's dead. Okay.
Dude, but their looks, and also the only reason I think Theon's gonna die. It's like
also Grey Worm. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, same thing.
What they do.
We all, by the way, we all know.
Yeah, come
okay,
on.
we all know.
A little rubbing.
But the only reason I can see Theon dying is because it's like if he's lived this long, I could somehow see him being like one of the main characters at the end, where it's like full redemption.
Yeah.
The
Catch me rooting for
highs
him,
were
by the
high,
way.
the lows were low.
By the way,
kind of thing.
The lows were probably as low as you can get on the show.
definitely.
It took me until this season. I dug him standing back there at Winterfell.
Yep,
I was
today
like, way to go.
Yeah.
This is what a man does. Theon, way to go.
But I agree. I think he'll probably die.
Potentially the Hound. I didn't think it was a good end to his story, but you could say that is an end to his story. He and Arya seem to be on good terms.
I think his one-eyed fire buddy definitely dies.
Well, he's going to have a
100%.
purpose. Barrick's not just going to die on battlefield. Barrick's going to have
Barrick's going to save the Hound. Done. Just called it.
Well, he's going to be one of the dots that connects the overall how we kill the Night King.
I don't want to.
I think he saves the Hound. I think that's what.
I also don't think it's like a spoiler, but like in the scenes from next episode,
we see them
him
together.
running through through Winterfell, like during the battle. So it's like he might be like a critical brand save or something like that.
Something.
like
that. Whatever he does, it's critical.
Yeah.
We all agree because there's no reason to be bringing people back from the dead.
Yeah.
Unless they have a part to play.
I do dig that they all have dragonglass now. That they all have weapons, so now it is justifiable that all of them can kill White Walkers.
There's going to be so much carnage next episode.
Yeah.
It's going to be crazy.
I hope they turn the lights on. I hope it's during the day. I really hope it's
they
not
brought
at
out
night.
lights like in like playoff practice when you're
Yeah.
practicing late and bring out lights to the field. They turn all their car lights on.
Yeah.
Like
And
daylight
lights
savings
on.
just hit.
Like Invincible.
You know, it's playoffs.
Exactly.
Like Invincible.
Yeah, exactly. It's playoffs.
By the way,
yeah.
Henry, you said Grey Worm's going to die in the first 10 seconds. I think there's a faster one.
that's me.
it.
I think there's a faster death.
Yeah.
Podrick is so dead, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Podrick sang a song. You
Yeah.
sing a song, you die. Just ask Ed
Yeah.
Sheeran.
Yeah.
You just you.
Old Eddie.
He got his face
ginger.
lit up by a fucking dragon.
Yeah.
Podrick, I didn't know him until this episode because I didn't see the early ones. That guy is so dead, it's crazy.
Brienne has to watch him die and then go on like a rampage.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait for this. There better be like 6 of those bad
be
boys.
good.
Yeah, I don't think. Okay, so I want to walk my statement back a little bit. I don't think Grey Worm's going to die in the first 10 seconds. What I'm saying is that he's going to die and he's going to get the shit killed out of him, and it's going to be a very emotional death for
Yes.
the viewer. Is what I mean.
Yeah.
What do we think about Arya
So
and her
innocent, so
chances?
pure.
I think Arya lives. I think
Yeah.
Gendry dies.
Gendry dies.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's the point of telling everybody that Gendry is Baratheon just to have him killed?
Because Bobby B said in the first episode, you have a son, or you have a daughter, I have a son, let's join our houses together. She got impregnated by, it happened.
Wow.
Fulfilling the prophecy.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Technically, he's
Hey,
bastard though. He doesn't have
nice.
the family name.
He
But
was
it-
legitimatized by with the leeches. I
Yeah,
don't know.
he could be legitimized.
And Danny
by-
could legitimize him.
Yeah.
Danny
Or
could.
John.
Or Jon.
Also, I mean, we just kind of steamrolled over that whole thing. That was pretty nuts.
What?
Oh, that was
That
beyond
they banged?
nuts.
Oh, that Arya. Okay, let's get to that.
I feel a little bit ooey about it, if you must know.
Real quick.
Just a smidge ooey.
I do too.
I just want to touch on this one thing. One of you guys said, what has Tyrion done to help the cause since, any time recently?
Yeah.
What has any of the Danny team done to help the cause?
Jory
so
every
far?
now and then has like a good follow your
Well,
gut.
Danny hasn't had a lot of wins lately.
Yeah,
Danny's
she's just
been
been
Yeah.
losing.
So it's hard to say.
Although I dig her calling her own number in the train loot deal, the battle
Yeah.
by day,
Yeah, that was
where
great.
she was just lighting fools up. That was pretty good.
You know, Tyrion's just been bad since they left.
Turn the lights
Essos.
on. Have another one of those battles.
Yeah, exactly.
Too
be
expensive.
great. Yeah.
CGI, you can hide a lot of stuff in the dark.
In the dark.
Damn.
I know you hate dark lighting too. That's why I thought this season you'd be at odds with.
Well, it's light though. Like it's dark. It's like I don't like that tone. But it's not like True Detective where it's intentionally that sepia.
It's dark because it's dark outside, not dark because it's a dark mood.
It's
Yeah,
dark because
yeah.
it's winter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm cool with that. I don't love it.
Also, I think that the White Walker battle, my guess is halfway through it, the sun comes up, right?
God, I can't wait for that.
God damn.
That'd
Call
be
me when
dope.
that happens.
So for the strategy for that one, they have that little meeting that we were talking about a second ago, and like we said, it's basically like hold them off. We're gonna use Bran as bait.
Okay, so let's talk about this
That
because I was
seems
thinking
like-
about this when they were talking about their strategy, their
Yeah.
quote unquote strategy.
Yeah.
They didn't know that they were after Bran until he
Day of.
speaks.
Day of.
So literally up until then, what was the plan?
I don't know.
Boys, okay, so they're all coming. We know we can't hold them off forever, but we're gonna try.
John is
What is this? What is this plan? That was not a plan. Not until he found out. He's like, well, maybe if we kill the main one, they'll all fall.
No,
okay, the wheels are turning.
There we go.
We have an idea.
Yeah.
Oh, and how are we gonna get him out on his own?
Yeah,
Oh,
they were
Bran
up to that
raise his
point,
hand. It's
yeah.
like, dude, how this is? We've been preparing for weeks. How are we not like?
You're right, that's-
ideating around how we're
bad
gonna do
writing.
this.
Stay in that meeting. Why are they breaking that huddle and going to the
Yeah.
slumber party? I mean, I really do wish that Tyrion didn't come to the slumber party, and because then the story continues of Bran is telling Tyrion everything he knows. Tyrion is asking
Yeah, why did they
questions.
tease that? They teased the Bran Tyrion meeting, and we never got anything.
Well, we just
Yeah.
don't know how long it is.
Right, I assume
they're
Bran
gonna
told him
tell us-
something. I would have loved.
They're going to tell us stuff, but I just it should be a 10-hour thing.
Yeah.
Because Tyrion's going to ask the questions. Bran is clearly too dumb to go searching for these answers.
Yeah, you're right. That's just bad for how planned the show is. You can't have them show up in a room and be like, "So what we doing, boss?
Yeah.
Like, what's the deal?" And then Bran be like, "I have the key info.
Yeah.
And my
Yeah.
plan is this." And like,
Yeah,
all of a
and then
sudden-
everyone's like, okay, that's the plan. Ready, set, break.
yeah, and
like,
that's it.
That's not. That's
We
not
got the
like-
left flank. We know that.
If you're a soldier,
Yeah.
I'm not
That's
not
covered.
confident.
No.
With my leaders.
Also, I do think that the Tyrion Bran conversation was intentionally teased that way
Yeah.
because Tyrion's gonna have like a massive aha moment.
Yes,
he's gonna
you're so
he's gonna like
right.
glean something off screen that we're not gonna know about, and later there's gonna be some issue that Bran has gave him some magical insight
And he's
into,
gonna fix
and he's
it.
gonna like save the day, and it's gonna be like
I-
redemption for Tyrion, maybe before he dies or something.
I got a question. If both of the dragons died, what power does Dany have? Period.
She can't be burned.
Yeah, she can't be burned. That's
That's
a
it.
pretty cool one.
Okay, but she can be shot.
Yeah.
They're discovering gunpowder and Essos.
She has her armies.
Or
Though. She has the
stabbed.
biggest army ever.
Oh, she's the biggest army? Okay, I was just going to say, I was like, right now,
But everyone there is her army.
Dany is the
basically.
queen. Okay,
Yeah.
Dany is the queen. And in my head is because the dragon. But
The dragons got her the armies, basically. Like she has the
yeah.
Unsullied, and she has a shit ton of
Dothraki.
dudes. The Dothraki.
I'm hoping things work out, but I'm just trying to see, like, all right, if she loses both dragons,
Yeah, what
she
value?
seems pretty alone out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, her fighting, she won't be able to fight
Yeah.
unless she lights herself on fire somehow. Maybe like
That'd be pretty sick.
like a Princess Bride situation.
Yeah.
Nice.
Or a fear thing with
good.
Mark Wahlberg.
Or a fear thing with Mark Wahlberg.
I got a question for you. Does this mean that John can't be burned? No, he can be burned, right?
We have.
There's like speculation on, like, if you go back and watch the early seasons, like, he got burned technically by like a teapot early.
What was it? It was a hot teapot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was like also
it's
kind
like-
of a
crosses the
testing
rules, yeah.
But like
thing for
Daenerys,
Dany. Like she got in the hot bath and, like she couldn't
she'll
feel
pick
it.
up like hot eggs. and
Yeah.
How
weird
hot
shit.
was this bath?
Crazy
It was
hot.
so fucking hot.
People were
Really
like,
hot?
"Don't get in there."
People actually were yelling.
Yeah, people were
like,
telling
"Don't
her not
It's
to
too
get in.
hot,
She got in.
Khaleesi.
get it." Yeah.
That was the extent of the yelling.
Yeah.
But,
I'll be fine. And then
yeah, it was a no
Mother
response.
Hey,
Dragons.
someone brought up Dothraki. Where the hell are the Dothraki? I've not
Chilling.
seen a
I'm
single
with you.
Dothraki
Yeah.
movie.
sharpening their
They need
sickles.
to. We need to see them during the
Communists.
fighting, and that's pretty much it.
They're just
right?
not a
Like,
character. They're just
they're
like
tools.
not a like Dothraki character that we're following, like their plot or anything like that. We go to Arya. She has a little moment with the Hound, which I liked.
Yeah.
Really, really humanizing.
That is what I
Siege of the
needed.
Hound.
That's
Good
what I
stuff.
needed. Yeah, the fact that she sat next to him and then him being like, "I protected you, didn't I?" Like,
Yeah.
great
It's good.
stuff.
It's good stuff.
He's just such a little Scrooge.
Is he gonna have to face down his battle with fire? Do you think in this next episode?
He's gonna come face to face with it.
Yeah.
And last time with the polar bear thing, he did not step up to the plate.
No. He likes to tuck tail and run with
does.
the fire.
He does.
So I hope he really steps it up.
There's a lot of shit that didn't happen before this battle's going to take place.
I know.
Like, where's the Red Lady at to
We're-
give some
I-
fucking prophecy?
I literally
don't
don't
know.
think we're gonna run into her until like the dust is settled from this.
I know, but just madness.
But if the dust is settled from this, who needs her anymore? She's all about the White Walkers. Right?
Yeah, that's a good question.
She's gonna be there. I bet she's there.
Arya is going to be filthy during this whole thing.
Yeah.
The knife throwing that she did, we have not seen like that ability from her yet. She just throws 3 dragonglass blades at that
Yeah.
one thing. It's like, you are going to be pretty fucking lethal.
Yeah.
And then
And by the way, I've been out there preaching and demanding
Begging.
that Arya be in like an actual battle.
Yeah, suit up.
Because for the most part, like the kills that she's had are like, I'm hiding behind something else and I stab you.
You're
like,
trolling the local YMCA is killing pickup camps.
Yeah, I need to
Get
see
on the
you,
real floor.
Yeah, I need to see you like in the thick of it as little Arya murdering folks.
She's going to kind of be our Allen Iverson type fighter,
Yeah.
or like our
feel like she's
Muggsy Bogues, our
Spider-Man.
small,
The
yeah,
answer?
Spider-Man, kind of like
Spider-Man.
the small, finding the angles. She'll do some jump kills. It's gonna
Yeah,
be really
Yeah,
cool.
it's
lots
gonna
of
be
rolling. I see
Yeah.
a lot of rolling.
Mostly jump kills and rolling.
Now, the season trailer, she was in the same hallways that we see Barrack and who else is running around in the hallways of the scenes of next week?
I don't know.
Tormund.
I don't know
Tormund.
what's happening next week, timing wise, but I can tell you right now that all of the characters that live that are the main characters, it's all going to end up. They're all in the castles of Winterfell.
So that means
everybody
everyone
outside's
else-
going to get
Yeah,
smoked.
they're going to be the crypts, I feel like.
Well, I don't think White
everyone
Walkers are
else can
also going
die.
to get smoked, but I think it's like there's a ton of death.
I don't think everyone else can die. That's the only problem. Like I think it's somehow it's gonna be like I don't think if there's White Walkers inside Winterfell, I think it's because they came from somewhere else.
Well,
they didn't get through like the line.
They came from the crypts.
Yeah, is that what? But see,
Yeah.
I don't know if
You-
we get
you
these
guys are-
crypt bodies, boy, that'd be nuts.
You guys are saying that they burned the bodies. Did they? Do you guys know for a fact that Starks burned their bodies?
I
'Cause
thought they did.
don't
Do they
know
not?
if they do, dude.
I don't know. I don't think so.
They
'Cause
don't?
it's like
Then that's definitely what's happening.
it's like, for example,
You really think they're gonna put like
when,
Ned's ghost?
I
though?
think all of them are coming out.
Yeah.
what's the little brother's name?
Rickon.
Rickon.
Lil Dicky.
Nice, by
Yeah,
the way.
Lil Dick.
When Rickon dies, he says, "Bury my brother in the crypts next
He
to my
doesn't say
father."
burn
He
him,
doesn't
you're
say
right.
burn my body.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I think we'll probably get those skeletons.
The dead are already here.
I don't think you think we're gonna like recognize any of them. No, right? They'll just be like, oh, we buried every Stark down there, so there's like 100.
Actually, I can tell you what's going to happen right now, I think. Okay, so here's what's going to happen is the first...
You say this 5 times an episode.
and I'm pretty sure I'm right. Like,
We're just covering a lot of bases. So like if anything happens.
Well, I'm just trying to predict what's the story going to happen instead of just being a sideline player. So here's what I think is going to happen. They're going to see people die by the hands of the White Walkers, and then they're going to see the White Walkers raise the people that died by their hands. And John's going to say, we're fucked. No matter what, they got the guys. And then she's, they have the dead. And she's going to say, the dead are already in here. And that's when they're going to realize, like, shit, we put all of our women and children surrounded by dead bodies.
Ooh, so he's gonna have like the women and children with the dead bodies.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
We're gonna have that girl with the face is gonna be down there.
Here's a question. We didn't even
That girl.
establish it in the war room. Does John ride a dragon?
I mean, like, what? I
Yeah,
think he
it's
has to be. I
hilarious.
think he has to be on the floor. Like, he's got.
I think he needs on the
out
floor, but I
with
think
folks,
he's. Dude, I
man.
think they're gonna put him on
the
a
way
dragon.
they ended that last episode, like Danny and John gave themselves like a little look, like time to suit up.
Yeah, time to go on the
Time to go
dragons.
mount
In
up.
the
we're,
flash-
we're a couple of mounties.
on next week's episode, though, he was on the ground with like
No,
a
but-
sword like this.
Oh, really? I thought
Yeah.
it looked like they were. Remember Battle of Bastards? When
I see him doing a little bit of both. A little bit of a paratrooper.
Battle of the Bastards when
pretty sick. Yeah.
Ramsey is kind of far off looking, like Sansa is. That's what it looked like John was doing next step, where he's like kind of to the side, looking at the whole battle.
To be
Playing
honest,
chess.
to be honest, what they should really do is have a dragon fly 15 feet above the air.
Yeah.
Fly straight up to the
White Walkers?
to the White Walkers, and
smoke
just
'em.
drop some people who don't really matter and be like, stab
Wow!
them, stab them all.
Wow!
Yeah.
You know,
And then just
you're
be like,
right.
you're gonna
Whoa,
die.
What about this?
Because interesting, yeah.
Canvas. You build a massive canvas, fill it with dragon glass
I wasn't gonna go
shards.
canvas.
And just drop that. Yeah.
Make it rain.
Let it rain.
That's what
Let Troy burn.
Frickin' Fat Joe and his
Yeah.
compadres were
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah,
about
make it rain.
Well, they're in this business for terror. Got a
guys
head
notice
full
that
of stuff, but I grab an
trebuchet?
umbrella. I make it rain.
Or
What's
make
that?
it rain on them.
There was a trebuchet in this episode. Like
There
that's one
was.
of their weapons.
Yeah.
Which,
But they were throwing boulders.
dude, it brings me back to the thing though of like, remember
Dragon
last
glass boulders.
last season when it was like, how do we beat the dragons? And Qyburn's like, we have a solution.
Yeah.
And it's just like the big arrow thing.
Yeah.
And that's a crazy idea, but we have fucking trebuchets and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's not a very elegant solution.
No, just I don't know where we are in medieval times.
Riddle me
So
this.
I want to go back. You go first, New, but I want to circle back to the Arya bang.
We have to
Okay.
get we have to
Yeah,
get
no,
that down.
no,
We
no,
gotta-
no,
we
we
never
got
got
You got to
that.
cover the Arya bang.
Yeah.
But just still, as we're speculating on military strategy,
Yeah.
we've demonstrated that the dragon can carry minimum of like 6 of these guys because she picked up. Danny
Yeah.
did
Yeah.
all those guys from when they tried to go steal one of the whites. So point being, wouldn't that make sense to like just basically Trojan horse this bad boy and put like 20 people on top of that dragon, fly to the frickin' eagle's nest and just let's go.
Yeah, just drop them
Yeah.
down.
Soldiers on soldiers. Let's get our matchups and go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also feel like they should have a dragon like 2,000
Staying-
feet in the air, hovering.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just hovering above, just waiting for like, okay, now nosedive with fire coming down the entire
Yeah,
time.
and then go back up.
Dude,
Yeah,
was
and
that
then
the one? I thought they kind of made it sound like they're gonna have one dragon with Bran.
That's badass.
They were
as
talking
shit.
about what
Yeah.
the dragons
If
were
Bran's
gonna do,
just
and they
sitting
were
there
like,
in a chair.
Bran needs
Yeah.
help.
It's like, go touch our boy.
So that would be so cool if he's like sitting like in the dragon's like it's like a pot of gold. That's
Yeah.
what he is. Like
just
it's around
just
him.
telling
Coiling him.
Coiling.
just telling the dragon about its storied history that
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
Did you know that your dad was a hell of a baker?
Your dad was a baker.
Yeah. So to the Arya bang, the only reason why I want to bring this up is I think that we have on multiple occasions been like, this show is sex and fighting, and pretty much everyone was a part of that whole like conversation except for Arya this entire time. And I felt like I have said on multiple occasions, there's literally no way that she's ever going to bang in this
I
show.
thought the same thing until this episode.
It
when they
literally
had-
came out of nowhere.
Dude, well, I thought last episode when they kind of a moment, it's like, yeah, buds.
Yeah.
They're buds and they're making weapons and shit, shooting
Yeah.
the shit. And then I listened to Bald Move or some other pod, and they'd mentioned like the will they, won't they.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't get that
didn't
at
get
all
that- I didn't
from
get that
that
vibe.
scene.
You wanna
But then
talk will
this
they, won't
episode,
they?
boy, do they make it front and
Like
center.
the Theon
this episode.
Sansa thing seems like more of a thing right now
Yes, than
than
theirs.
their relationship, and they just got done banging.
I think
the
theirs is
Sansa Danny
purely-
thing seems like more of a. There was some hand touching,
Yeah.
some
Sansa
really
Danny.
closeness, some definite heat.
We all felt it. You can't lie. But Arya,
Body
totally
double.
out of nowhere,
double.
total shock. I think it was physical. I think she's like, I'm a virgin.
I wanna
I'm probably
feel.
gonna die. I want to bang. Because when she first was like, did you like have sex? How many women? And
As
stuff.
soon as she said that, I grabbed
You're like, where do you-
Nuance's
where do you
hand. I'm
get
like,
off?
This is happening.
We've had this conversation.
Where do you
before.
get off?
Yeah.
Like what was that?
I was not into it at all until I was into it. Until all of a sudden you're like, okay,
All right.
okay,
She's just so small.
Maisie.
Body double.
I
Smack
say
and guarantee.
was it worth
I
the
would
buy
say
double?
almost 0% chance. I don't
Given
know.
the shots, just it was all back and then face, but no nudity from the front.
Yeah.
I think body double.
I think it's because they.
and I think we're all better off. For
I
it.
think it's because they didn't want to cross that line. I think they were like, okay, people are going to be uncomfortable with this because they've watched this
Girl.
She does
since
not
she
look
was like
old.
11.
She
who
does not look
still
old.
looks like she's 15.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
Since she was 11, looking like she was 6. it's going to be strange for them to see her nude.
Yeah.
I think that's why they kept some of it.
I'm going to say 100% what Jack just said is why that it was the way that it was.
Tell you what, though, a lot of confidence on our girl, Arya.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Holy crap.
She shoved all of 220 pounds of Gendry on the ground.
Yeah.
Come right at him.
She's like, excuse me.
She all but told him.
I'll be having a slice of that.
Lose those knickers.
Take off those johns and let's
Yeah.
and then she just
jam.
she just sits down.
And they really showed the undressing. They really showed the undressing. They really played it out. Like they did the whole red carpet for this bang.
And then they wake up in a bed. So there was
all of a sudden they got to a bed.
bangs.
Well, I don't say well,
He slept. By the way, he slept. She did not.
I think there were multiple
no.
scenes of there was some
That
banging
means-
over here, some banging over there,
Yeah.
and then some banging in there.
Game of Bones.
I think he was I think he was
That's a real porno.
I think he was press play. 10 seconds later, he's out cold.
Yeah.
What a great. I'm gonna get a great night's sleep.
Yeah.
And I think
Best
she was
night of my
like,
life.
I'm left wanting.
Yeah.
That's how I feel like this whole thing.
You've
I wonder if the
Wait.
Hound is awake.
Yeah.
Measured.
Why do they call him the Hound?
The Hound. You
Because
know.
he's got a doll.
They made it really clear that first scene when she walks in, he's just making Dragonglass stuff, and he's got the shirt with the chest hair.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like, holy
But
crap.
they
the way,
didn't
yeah.
Selling this guy.
sexualize her.
They
Sexual-
didn't
Wow.
sexualize her at all.
We're
Yeah.
in the north. Everyone's in ski clothes. Yet Gendry has got this fucking like ripped up.
You think
Well, me-
wife
smelting
beater.
is
Yeah,
really
me,
hot?
yeah, me and Jack were like, you got to put that smelter out.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's getting hot in here.
He's
He's
like the
getting
guys-
some color in the north.
It's the Titanic. He's the guy shoveling the coal and
Yeah.
the bottom of the Titanic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair,
That's
he's
fair.
doing.
The guy's got forearms at the wahoo.
Yeah.
He's got a little bit of everything at the walls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd
good.
fuck him.
Except for personality.
Talk to me come trap season.
Yeah.
Except the personality.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
We,
He makes
He's got
Dragon Ball
King's blood.
stuff. He's got King's blood.
He's got king's blood.
Yeah.
He's a bastard.
And a hell of a pecker.
He's a bastard.
Hell.
An experience with three
whole ladies.
We get that slumber party with awesome cast of characters. I was pumped. They kept on walking in. It was kind of like, it felt like the Avengers for the first time, or like a show crossover where
Yeah.
like all your favorite people in the same room. I thought they kind of blew that whole thing.
I think
no?
they totally did.
Oh, it was
Tormund
dumb.
Tormund telling the story of how he was milked by the giant.
I love that.
Was the best thing ever.
That was the only good part.
And then after that, it was a lot of like, oh, should we stay up? Yeah, maybe one more movie.
Yeah,
It
not
was-
that like gripping. Really not gripping.
Who knows
Yeah.
a song?
Yeah.
Yeah, and also it just feels like out of character for some people to like stay in that room. Like
Yeah.
Jamie, his character would never sit in there. And I guess it's like they've never faced a situation where it's like, we're all gonna die.
Dude, that's what it is. Jamie
like
would never sit in
Jamie
there.
would never
Jamie's
sit in
looking
that
for
room.
friends though.
No, dude, him and his brother, like he doesn't have interest in hearing what fucking Tormund has to say.
No, he has none.
Come on, man.
Or Pod.
Like,
He
that
likes
kid grew
Pod.
up. Yeah, I feel like that's not really his scene, but I feel like it is just because it's like we're all gonna die. I need some friendship, some companionship here.
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
But there is one
Okay,
thing that
I
I
think
think we
we're
skipped
saying the
over
same thing.
that I think is pretty important of just like the whole Sansa and Daenerys conversation.
Yes.
That conversation I felt like was so close to going so well.
It
and
went
they're
so well for
still-
so long.
They're still in a place they like almost left it almost in a more contentious place.
I'm
And
kind
it's-
of pissed that they did that. Like, I did not think going into this season
They did it
that,
twice this episode.
that was going to happen, where we have drama that we have not settled before this.
Both of them are digging their heels in on issues that don't matter.
Yeah.
And both have
And
honestly
both know that and have admitted that.
have been on like the other side of.
Yeah.
I thought they
Like-
both handled it pretty well on their side until Sansa fucks it up at the end.
This
Yeah.
does mean though. This does mean that they're going to win the war.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
that
100%.
means that after the war, this
is
is
what we
going to
have
be
to
the
settle.
battle.
Which is
Yeah.
a bummer to know that. Like, I hate that I know that.
And they did this twice.
You fucking think you know it, dude.
I know everything.
there literally might be nobody.
And then
We're all gonna die.
But they did this twice, where the question is finally, they have the foreplay, and then the question is finally asked that everybody's waiting for, which is what happens to the North when all this is said and done. And then somebody, your lady, or whatever the fuck he says.
Yeah.
Same exact thing.
Your lady.
Same thing at the very end when Aegon Targaryen is talking to Dany Targaryen,
Yeah.
and he explains that he's Aegon Targaryen,
Yeah.
and they're here. Oh, okay, we're out.
That one
Like,
makes more sense than
That one makes more sense,
Honestly,
but-
than the Queen is having a conversation with the Lady of Winterfell,
Yeah.
and they're having a very important conversation. I love the way that Dany was just like, "Why don't you like me, bro?"
Yeah.
Like she literally was
Yeah.
like seriously,
And you know
like,
what's
like D'Angelo Vickers talking to Dwight, just like straight up, dude. Why don't you like me? It was literally like that.
In the here and now.
It's also awesome that they, both could bond over the fact that they're two strong women.
Yes.
Okay. Finally, women are in power.
So
Yeah.
rare in the Seven Kingdoms.
So rare, and about time. About
Yeah.
damn time. It's her.
It's always been
time.
kind of a boys' club.
It's always been a little bit of a boys' club.
Let me look back at when freaking Theon and Yara originally came to her and were like, "We want to rule the Iron Kingdoms,
Yeah.
but you're our queen." That's basically Sansa takes that deal.
Yeah.
Sansa's fine with that. She just wants to be known like hey, we're not your little bitch. We're not
Yeah.
going to come just roll whenever you say
There
so.
is.
But,
They could have settled it in that conversation.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, both of you guys are digging your heels in. There's an easy
Yeah.
compromise we
Yeah.
found here.
Yeah. And also,
I'm
they're
the
both
queen, but you guys are basically independent until it's like we have a common enemy.
And they're so. I mean, their motivations are the exact same, right? Like, I don't think like Sansa just doesn't want any issues.
Yeah.
And they want to win this battle. Like, we're two agreeable people. Like, let's have this
Yeah.
conversation.
They're being
Also,
so
at
petty.
this point, Danny hadn't talked to John yet. You think that you're marrying John. This is
Yeah.
so not an
Yeah.
issue.
Well, so here's my other concern. Not even concern. Thing I thought was a little bit weird. They were playing up the John and Danny so in love thing.
They really were.
Drink some of this water if you want, because just the ice is.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'll be done.
But they were playing up like there was the. We almost should go back and watch it. There's like a 30
Oh,
seconds.
we'll watch it again tonight. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah.
There were 30 seconds where Sansa says to Danny, like, John follows you because he's in love with you. Like, women they can always deceive
Yeah.
men and trick men. She says, like, I followed him here because I'm in love with him.
Yeah.
And it's like, where did this
Yeah.
storybook romance go? I
Yeah.
thought that they were like allies who just
They
happened
were.
to like stooping each other.
They
I was
were.
making honest.
They didn't start stepping for a while.
I
Couple of kids.
just a couple kids. And then I love too.
Experimenting.
Straight out of high school, I thought it was when Danny sees John, who we haven't really seen from since he found out who he was.
Yeah.
And he just handles it exactly how I would have handled it in
Seventh
high
grade boy.
school.
Yeah.
7th grade boy. Just I'm gonna not talk to you.
He puts his head down. And walks
Yeah.
right by.
So they're like planning the battle, is what you're talking about, and then he like basically says his 2 cents at the end. He's basically not in the room. He's like he's twiddling his thumbs. He's like trying to. He's hoping the meeting's over, looking out the window, and then at the end she like kind of looks to him like, "Are we gonna chat?" And
Yeah.
he's just already walking out the room.
I would not be shocked if Samuel Tarley, is his
Sam
name?
Tarley.
If Sam Tarley comes in just straight out of 7th grade and says like, "Hey, talk to John.
Yeah.
He breaks up with you.
Yeah.
Like he's send the friend.
Yeah.
You know,
Especially this time. We can't have that. We can't have John just thinking like, please don't look or talk to me. And it's like, John, we're planning your war.
Yeah.
We've been talking about this for forever.
Also, biggest concerns. So I think the biggest thing that we learned in this episode, the by far biggest reveal, is Bran basically just said, "The Night King's coming for me."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That's new info.
which, by the way, one thing to do, put Bran on a fucking dragon and fly him to the other side of the goddamn planet.
Yeah.
Back where you came from, kid.
Yeah.
Flying beyond the wall.
Flying beyond the wall.
Take him to their church.
Whatever.
Self-sacrifice, Bran. It's over.
Yeah, done.
We don't need you.
Oh my God, the kid's in a wheelchair. What's he gonna do? Help us build the tech? No,
Yeah,
come on.
He's gonna remember.
Brand builder.
He knows stuff.
Bran, he actually might. Yeah,
actual
he probably-
character.
He probably will. Bran
He
the
raised the
Builder.
wall.
And
Yeah.
Bran the Breaker, though.
Yeah.
So maybe I don't know, whatever. Bran the
One more alliteration.
Bran the Blizzard.
Yeah.
He brings
Brand
frost.
baller.
Bran. Oh, he balls out. What's up, baby? Okay, so so that was the biggest thing we learned. But the pivotal moment is when John said, which by the way, he explained the story of his parents beautifully.
Oh, he
Yeah,
gets
beautifully.
it. He understands the story.
Yeah.
She says,
There's no
He
weak
always
spots
has,
there. Yeah.
in a way.
I always heard my brother Rhaegar was the greatest. He used to tip poor people or not
Tip poor people.
whatever it was. He used to,
He'd pull his dragon out front.
but it was
$100.
Leave it running.
but you're right. But she did say he used to give poor people money.
and-
But he raped her or whatever. And
Yeah,
he's
that
like,
is
no,
that-
they were in love.
That has been a thing the whole show where every time we hear about Rhaegar, it's like he was the best man I ever knew. And then
But
she's like,
he was a
but he also
raper.
raped the girl, so I'm kind of undecided.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really know.
Jury's out.
I wish I knew.
So he tells her that story though, and her first thing is like, how do you know this?
Yeah, good question.
And he says Bran saw it and Sam
Confirmed
read
it.
Confirmed it. He read it. And she comes back with, so your brother and your best friend told you this. So that reaction is like the worst reaction.
Worst
possibly-
reaction
I
ever.
get that reaction.
I get from her
Yeah.
point of view, but from like a point of view of like,
It's very
should
accusatory.
you be the leader?
Yeah.
This seems like she's like, okay, well, basically,
She's
you're ahead of me now.
She's
Really?
playing it off also like it's like a mutiny almost.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, what?
He's
you
not
and your
saying it isn't,
frickin'
though.
Your best
Pisons
friend and
told
your
me
brother.
that?
Yeah.
Like,
You
say
and your
Pisons?
Yeah.
what's that?
You say Pisons?
Yeah, we've been
I
all in
love
on The
that.
Godfather.
Yeah. Oh no, I know that. I live here.
Yeah, but I do.
Paisan.
I don't know though, because like I do see he wasn't really saying anything. She kept on being like, "So you're the rightful heir. You're the guy. You're this," and he's just like doing his thinking face.
But she
Yeah.
It's
immediately
like, "Speak up."
she immediately went to it though.
Yeah, no, you're
when She
right.
probably should have been like, holy shit, this must be huge for you You thought your parents were these people.
Yeah, she's not very concerned about that.
Meanwhile, you're looking at your mother's grave.
And then we get the horn. We're going to war. We don't need this now.
Yeah.
We can't have that. I don't like that. That's a thing.
I honestly like the way they left that conversation so contentious. It's like, are they still like? I was saying this like, are they still like an item?
Not now. Not as of now. They're not an item.
Oh, they're tiffing.
Like,
they're an
like
item.
if there was a
Dude, they just
moment
found out they're
Hen,
related.
during the battle where it's like things aren't looking good, but they have like a little like safety nook area they're standing in.
think they
You don't think they make out?
I don't see a kiss goodbye like when he's like, I got to go save the day. And she's like, I don't see a kiss. As of now.
Yeah. Okay.
On that
How
ship.
involved will she be in the battle? Will she be flying and burning the entire time?
I have absolutely no idea about any of this battle.
Yeah.
I have absolutely no idea. Like
So-
I have so many different theories.
And
but-
then also, I want to share my one theory that I got. I'll give all the credit to Bald Move because that's exactly where I heard it from. But I think it's definitely the one that I'm buying in
Yeah.
on the most right now. It's just that basically the Night King is not. He's no dummy.
Yeah.
Night King's no dummy.
He's no dummy.
He knows that his dragon would never stand up to two dragons.
But he's no dummy.
But he's no dummy. We play it on loop form for Simple Ricks.
Simple Ricks.
Anyways, that he's just going to fly straight to King's Landing and he's going to burn King's Landing. Therefore, involving Cersei. We didn't see her once this episode.
We did
But
not.
that would pull her into the
north.
fight, into the fray,
Mm-hmm.
if he went down there and torched a million people.
Yeah, I'm excited. I feel like we could talk about what we think is going to happen next episode for hours and hours because it just there's
Endless
it's
possibilities.
so endless.
There's so many characters.
I'm going to do a tweak prediction on what you just said. I'm going to say he doesn't fly there directly. I'm going to say he flees basically there as a last resort effort.
Okay.
Like he basically has Bran in his grasp. I'm
going to say that I'm going to say my theory is that I don't think that the main Night King is going to go after Bran. I think he's going to send his his lackeys.
One of the
and he's
long-haired
never going to.
Joes.
He's never even going to be a part of the fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't show him. They don't show him in the promo shit. I think there's a really good chance that he's not going to be a part of the fight. He's going to send his lackeys. It's going to be like kind of a long con.
And they're going to be like, where is he?
But the way Bran says it makes it seem like this is a personal thing. That's my only thought is like
Sure.
maybe this is like a.
But what, does he not trust his goons?
Well, no, you gotta trust your guys. By the way, remember last time we were talking about how many White Walkers are there?
Yeah.
And then we see that line.
Yeah, that
It's
line
like,
was
Craster
sick.
got busy.
Craster
There's been
was
some
fucking
sons.
a lot of daughters.
Yeah.
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 It's a lot.
But how much can you trust those infantrymen? I
Yeah.
mean, they're all products of incest. We saw from the frickin' Lannister kids.
Well, I mean,
It's kind of hit or miss.
yeah, some of them are dwarves.
I don't know.
The other ones, yeah.
What if we saw some
Food for
dwarf
thought.
White
Food
Walkers?
for thought.
Yeah.
That'd be great. But yeah, any last thoughts? That's about up to.
For those about to rock,
Arya.
we salute you.
Jeez.
How about that? That's the
She is a fast
the lasting
woman.
taste.
That was very fast.
That was speedy.
Yeah, aggressive.
Yeah.
I
don't
like
know
that she
how
was.
I do think it's very like that was authentic for her character to be
Yeah,
like
same.
She's gone so many different places, experienced so many
Yeah.
different things that she's like, I'm a virgin, I might die tomorrow, like probably fix that.
I like she's like flipping her stick as
fix
she's
it.
doing it. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
So by the way, that thing is a staff with dragon glass. It's kind of a Darth Maul, but you can disconnect in the middle.
Is
And it's the stick that
is
she
gonna
trained with.
With anybody with that thing? Or is she going to be actually a force to be reckoned with? Like,
I think so.
Ninja.
like in my mind, if she's on a field, she's got no chance. She's got to be kind of gorilla.
Dude,
she's got to get in the trees.
She's so
She's gonna be weaving.
Magic
she's so
blood fueled
small,
assassin.
She can run under a fucking horse. She's like
I've
2
been
feet tall.
such an Arya fan this whole time, and
I'm a
now all of
huge
a
Arya
sudden, because she's such a, we've got every badass from the show's history basically walking
Yeah.
around the halls of Winterfell.
The baddest of the badass.
and she's kind of mean mugging them. I'm like, you're just
you
not.
just haven't-
You're just not.
You don't have the experience.
Who's the guy that you're most excited to see fight in the next episode?
Honestly, Jorah.
I was gonna say it's Jorah. It's the Marlboro Man, 110%.
Dude, Jorah, he's looking good. He's got his new
He
sword.
always looks so
He always
cool.
looks great.
I'm always.
I'm
most
gonna go
excited for Hound.
basically
Hound is gonna be cool.
Yeah.
Jorah's
Hammer.
uglier, more rugged brother, Beric Dondarrion. Because I think he dies, but what's his part to play?
Yeah. And Torment. I think they're gonna all be really.
I would also love if we get a little half man. If we get Tyrion out there somehow,
That'd be great.
Just to make like a critical like.
So, by the way, what was the verdict on
Runs
him?
at quarter
Because
speed.
He's in the crypts.
he's in the crypts, but he was standing on the tower when they were basically like,
I know, but they show him next episode. He's in the crypts. My guess is you have to come out at least kind of oversee, right?
Yeah.
You're low enough that like nothing's gonna hit you.
So, do you think that there's a chance? I forget what movie it is, but there's a chance. The way this battle ends is that the White Walkers are killing everybody, and it's looking really bad for our heroes. And then somebody kills the Night King right as
they all
one of the
fall.
White Walkers in like another scene is about to swing, and then they just vaporize.
Oh, dude, that's like
That's
straight out of
the
Star
goal,
Wars.
yeah.
That's like
That's
Star
Star
Wars.
Wars? What is that?
Phantom Menace when
It's
like
Phantom
all the
Menace, the
fucking
droids, yeah.
they're like, oh god, they got us.
They blow up the Viceroy ship.
Yeah,
the Viceroys.
and they all fall.
Yeah.
Those things, you can just push them down.
It was a pinch.
Yeah, they poke him.
Yeah, pinch. You put out the power.
Yeah.
When Barney Rubble.
Trouble.
And there's the pod. Ep 2 in the books. Very excited for Ep 3. More excited.
We got
than
Avengers
I've
that
been
same
in a
day.
while. And Avengers.
Let's call it what it is. We've had 2 not great episodes.
Not clunkers.
I liked the first one.
Not clunkers.
The first one was
I honestly
a
like
great
this one
setup.
better than I think the last one, just because we got a little bit more convos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, and I hate Cersei.
Dude,
so it was
every-
cool not to see her.
That'd be great if she just
yeah.
wasn't in it.
Every ep is an Avengers movie where it's
I
like,
missed
I'm always
Euron.
going to like the Avengers because it's all my favorite characters in one place. That's what these eps are. Where it's like, I'm still going to like it a lot.
Dude, I don't know if I can handle another one of these episodes though. When it ends,
getting into it.
When it ends, it's the greatest blue balls you'll ever have in your life.
Yeah.
It's like, no, continue. What happened? But what? No, go on. I need
greatest
to
blue
know.
The best blue balls. Of all the good blue balls, that's
Yeah.
the best one.
And there are several.
And but
About
until
I'd have those
Play the
blue
you
balls
gotta
any
try.
day.
Play the
You
music
gotta
on 'em.
try to get us out of here. Until next time, we got one thing to say.
Kick it.
I'm big boned. I'm heavy structure. I'm hung low. If I pull my shit out, this whole room get dark. Kick it! You don't understand. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.